and welcome to another edition of Digging Deeper with Brian Hale. Brought to you by Hale Multimedia, website and mobile app development for over 25 years. That's halemultimedia.com. Now listen in and join me online at diggingdeeper.us.
Lisa Armstead from Idaho is writing for us. She's a patriot, Christian, and really on fire for this cause of saving this country. Lisa Armstead wrote Our American Responsibility, and Andrea is going to read that for us.
Many think that a person opposes what we see with the government is a stand for Trump. Many see those that support Trump as a following of a man. If you are one of those, you could not be more wrong. There is one thing that President Trump brought to Americans. This is something we will forever be indebted to him for. Republicans by nature are conservative, less likely to get involved in politics, less likely to hold representatives accountable for what they do or do not do. A true fact, one that is hard to take. Republicans have been asleep at the wheel or lazy. We viewed these representatives as leaders, when in fact, they are not leaders, they are just our voice. Trump had a knack for opening our eyes, causing us to look at politics in a whole new manner. He lit a fire in our party that was long overdue. He reminded us that we as Americans have a part to play in this political world, that we have a voice, that we have a duty. This has never been more evident than it is right now. Well, to those who are paying attention, when the Republican Party went from silent to talking, we were shut down. The news was scared to tell the story. The social media platforms removed any and all that had a voice and a following of a couple hundred or more. They began yelling how dangerous and uneducated everyone was. This here, my friends, is persecution. Many will say that persecution is toward a religion, but the definition does not leave it at a religious belief. In it all-inclusive with race, political, or religious beliefs. It is a persistent annoyance or harassment. This is what the Republican Party began to endure as they found their voice. Where does America go from here? Where does the Republican Party go from here? I am very hopeful it continues on the path of righteousness, the path that is narrow, as we allowed its borders to be shrunken and enclosed around us. As we continue down this path, we need to remember we are not walking alone. We need to remember those beside us. As we continue to walk, that path will broaden. The sheer amount of feet on that path will create a road that is wider and less likely to be covered up. We have a lot of work to do, and we need to continue to keep the fire that President Trump lit in us ablaze. No longer will we tolerate the moral and ethical decline to continue. We need to get involved in groups that oppose the topics we know are not godly, that we know are leading our next generation to a life of destruction. We need to protest and lobby against the evil that is so desperately attacking the very foundation of humanity and our nation. We need to run for our local offices and weed out the corrupt, weak, and spineless. We need to encourage other like-minded individuals to run for office and do all we can to weed out those that are not morally and ethically sound. No matter your thoughts on President Trump, even if his tweets upset you and you felt he should be quiet or not, President Trump lit a fire, and that fire is not going away anytime soon. He has brought courage to a group that was discouraged and lazy, and we cannot ignore that we allowed it. I encourage you to get involved in your school, in your church, in your local and state government. I will support anyone that needs it. I will do my part to assure this fire continues and we take back our nation and what we stand for. We as parents and grandparents need to speak truth, not shy away from hard topics. Our churches need to speak the truth and not shy away from the hard topics either. All elected officials need to speak truth and not avoid the hard topics. I love my God, my 2 children, my 6 grandchildren, and my freedoms. I will do my part to keep this fire going and will get involved in whatever God directs me. Now is our time to stand. Keeping your head in the sand will not work any longer. By Lisa Armstead.
And that does it for another edition of Digging Deeper. Visit our website to catch this podcast and many others anytime. You can also watch our live TV network, browse our on-demand content, read our controversial articles, or sign up if you feel led to join the cause for defending our Constitution. It's all on diggingdeeper.us. We appreciate you listening, and remember, visit diggingdeeper.us to learn more about what we're doing to bring truth to light.